and welcome to the Little Squeaks launch. Oh, I'm so excited. Hi Martin, how are you today? Lovely to have your company. So yeah, it's launch day. I've had a little bit of a tiz this morning because it's launch day, everything's been planned, I've advertised it so much, and then my daughter's off sick from school. Always the way, isn't it? Thankfully, hubby is self-employed. He's a window cleaner, so he's like, I'll take the day off. So that is good. But I'm also sort of half aware that I've got her to look after as well. Hi, Vera. So, yeah, the Little Squeaks are live. They are now available on the website. So we did put a sneaky release out yesterday to those of you on the newsletter. So between that and them going live this morning at 9 o'clock, a third of the stock has already gone. Now, I don't have any fancy setup that as I'm going live, I can give you updates. It will literally be like I will be checking the stock level just before I go live. So, yeah, a third's gone. So if you're one of those people that have bought something, thank you so much. I honestly appreciate it so much. I really do appreciate all of your support. So hi Vera and Martin, it's lovely to have you both here. So we are going to do some card making. I'm going to start off by showing you some of the cards that the teams have made. If you have been following along, I did do a live on Instagram and here on Facebook and YouTube showing some of the cards. We've got a few more, but I'm just going to show a few each hour. So I've got some fresh ones from Shona. So this one is from Shona. It's just a little dinky card, and this is using the Amethyst Dreams paper pad, and we also have the paper pad on offer. So there's quite a few things on offer this week if you want to check them out. So this is one of it, the Amethyst Dreams. And then you pop it up and look, surprise! How cute is that? I adore it. It's so incredibly cute. So we have this one from Sharon. I love this. Look, it matches my jumper. I love this. It reminds me, it's feeling very autumnal. I can't believe I'm in a jumper and it's only the beginning of September, but it is feeling quite autumnal already. I love this. It reminds me of like a pumpkin latte or something, pumpkin spice latte. It is so cute. I absolutely adore the colours. And she's done it on craft card, and then we've got some texture paste, which is just gorgeous. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Lovely to have you here. So this is one of the cards that I made in the cheesy crafting video. So if you've not seen that, you can check it out later. So that is one of those. So we've made a block of cheese. And then this one is from Shona. So she has paper pieced the cup. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I need to do that. And then I also need to make the teacups and teapot from the Tea Time dies out of the papers too. So the Tea Time dies are also on offer this week during the launch. So you may want to check those out. That is so cute. Oh, have you just got yours, Michelle? Yay! I will be doing lots of packing later today. I love this one. This is from Kate. So she's taken this little stamp here, this one here, which is straight. And because with photopolymer stamps, there's an element of flex, she's been able to shape it to create a wreath, which is adorable. So that's so cute. And then the last one I'm going to share with you just now, so I will be sharing them throughout the days, but we're here to do some craft. But I think it's really nice to see other people's styles and what they've done with it. So this is again from Sharon, and it's a little stepper card. And it's so cute. So that is from Sharon. Hello, Caroline's got hers. Sharon, I know Sharon's got hers, and so is Michelle. So thank you ever so much. Honestly, it means so much to have everybody's support and all of that sort of stuff. So I am just going to flip us round so that we can see our desk. I have prepped 3 demos. So we are just going to do some quick and easy card making for today. Sorry if I look over it. Just for those of you that maybe don't join me regularly, my setup's over here. So to see your comments and talk to you, I need to look over there. But then it means like it doesn't look like I'm looking at you. So yeah, hence that. So I've prepped 3 cards for just now. Then later we're going to do gift ideas and gift wrapping. And then this evening we're going to do scene building. So Vera got them yesterday. Yay! Okay, I am just going to flip you around now. I'll just grab my keyboard. So let me give you something. And then we will have to do the whole fiddling with lighting thing again. It's all vanity. See, it strobes if I have this backlight on. So we just, whoop. There we go, discotheque. So we are going to make a little card, and I am going to be concentrating on this stamp set here, which is Mouse Mail. Wouldn't it be lovely if in real life that the post boxes were mushrooms? Just saying. I think it would be amazing. Right, so I'm going to take a piece of card, and I am going to, I've got 2 lots of Distress ink, Salvage Patina and Ice Spruce. Now when I was prepping this, I overdid the iced spruce and it looked too grey. So I've kind of perfected it for today, but just to let you know. Hi Pauline, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so got a little bit of, just a tiny bit of the iced spruce. And let's just give that a little spritz with water. Should have retopped my water bottle. Okay. And then I am just going to dip this in here. Now I tend to find when I do this technique, the first time you put it down, it's like, that looks so incredibly boring. So I tend to find that I need to at least dry it once and then pick up the rest. So I'm going to blast this with my heat gun. So for those of you that are listening with headphones, it's about to go on. 3, 2, 1. We'll just give it a quick dry. Oops. So, and then I tend to find once you start picking up after that, the next few is when you start to get more interesting shapes and patterns. So for this particular one here, because we're not spending the whole time drying, I've done that 3 times. And you tend to find by the 3rd time you're getting the last little drips, and then that's where you get your interesting shapes. Yeah, gotta love a bit of smoosh, Bev, absolutely. Right. So we've got our background now, and I am going to pull in this one here. I thought it was ever so prepped, and then I suddenly realised that I don't have things like my brushes and that to hand, but hey ho. This is Evergreen Boughs, and I just want to add a little bit of detail to this top corner and to the side. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And now I've gone into crafting zone and I'm forgetting to talk. I think that's why my husband's encouraged crafting so much over the years. Actually makes me silent. Right, we're going to put a bit over here as well. And of course I am using one of the Be Crafty blending mats. Essential to life. Feel free to plug it or put a link in, Bev. Because they're amazing. Right, okay, and I am just going to pop a little bit of colour around the edge to bring it in. Okay. And I'm going to move on to my Be Crafty stamping blocks. They're awesome stuff. Right, and we are going to use this. So this stamp here that I showed you, that, what was it, Our Kate put it in a wreath stamp, so I'm just going to use it straight. So again, it's one of these ones that it's brilliant for building up your backgrounds. And I'm going to take the Salvage Patina that we used earlier, and I'm going to stamp it over the page. Now I'm kind of wanting it to poke. We're going to have a mushroom about here, so I kind of want it sort of poking out with the mushroom. I know you didn't, but you know, I do think your products are awesome, so I'm going to say. Now look at this. You can't see a thing. Right, let's have a look. Do the telly wiggle. There's too many lights on. Look, I'm going to be doing this with 2 colours. So we're doing it with this one here, and then we are going to go over with grey. But at this point you can't see anything, but I promise you it does look, it looks lovely in real life. Okay, so I'll just do that. And now, so that it feels like you're actually watching something, we will go in with the grey as well. And what this does is it makes it look like some of these leaves are really, really in the background because they are very pale. And these other grayer ones are going to look more in the foreground. And then we've got the little branch stamp as well. And I'm going to just add a few little details with this as well. Just a few. It's going to look like a little wintry wonderland. So there we go. So we've got a mushroom and we can see different bits and pieces. Hello Carol, how are you? So I've just taken a blue pencil and what I am going to do is just pull out a couple of those leaves. Not many. I'm going to take this away now because I don't need it so much and it does reflect in the multitude of lights that I have in this area. Right, so I'm just going to colour in a couple of these, not many, but just enough to sort of frame that. And again, it's going to give that, you know, I was saying about the depth, it's going to bring these ones right to the front. And so we're going to get this illusion of there just being a foreground and a background. So you colour a few of those and then we're left with something like this. Right, I am going to edge this again like I normally do, but instead of doing it with black, I'm going to go with a grey because I think everything else that we've used is much softer. And I'm thinking that the black's going to jump out at it a little bit. Hello, Val. How are you? Now, I did put this under books last night, so it's slightly straighter. Okay, so I'm just going to take the chisel edge. And I've chosen quite a dark grey. Don't know if that's made any difference whatsoever, but hey ho. In my head, it did. And then we will get that down onto our card base and hope that the glue works. Nope. Are you going to work? Yay. Get this down. I don't know why I feel the need to sing a little tune. Does anyone else sing? I did enjoy my night out, Pauline. It was lovely. It's been a long... Alistair and I were trying to think about when the last time we went for dinner was, and it was literally years and years ago. It's been a long time, so it was really nice. My daughter was over at our friends for a sleepover, and we decided to go out. It was really lovely. We went to a really posh hotel and had a lovely dinner. So that was great. So I've got the little post box here, and then we've got the little mouse holding a snowball. And I think I'm going to keep that quite simple. I've also taken the sentiment, hope you have a nice day, but I've chopped it up so that it's in little pieces. I think maybe what we will do, I'm just going to take my brush and just add a little bit onto this. Should really do this. I've actually now got a multi-view thing, so I should be able to check whether my side camera is working at some point, but I'll work out how to do that whilst in between cards. Now I've kind of overdone that. I think I want to actually, let's see if I can finish a sentence. Shall we go for that? See if I can actually complete a whole sentence. Right, I think I am going to have the mushroom flat and we'll just add a bit of dimension to the mouse. I have to edge everything. I don't know why. It's just a thing. It's a good mix of you. We have Facebook's winning ever so slightly. There's a few more of you on Facebook than on YouTube. But wherever you are, it's lovely to have you. Right. Come on. There we go. Hope you have a nice day. Lots of puns in these sets, I have to say. And they are winter themed, so they do for lots of winter occasions. Like my mum and dad's anniversary is in winter, and I was born in December, so there's lots of winter occasions. Right, let's have a little look. Let's get some dimension. It's not something I use very often. I normally use cardboard, but that's at the other side of the studio, so to kind of keep the continuity and not have to sort of stop to start running across the room. Not that it's a big room. Ba-dum-tsh, absolutely. Right. There we go. I might give that another layer because I would prefer it. See, this is why I like cardboard. It's a lot less faffing and you don't have these silly plastic bits. I mean, I can't say that I will ever buy 3D foam again, but I may as well use the stash that I've got. Right. Ooh. There we go. And then I think what I might do is grab a little bit of let's get a bit of gesso actually. Let's get some gesso. I just want to white out this bit at the bottom and then we can add a bit of sparkle. And then because I've got another 2 cards to make, that whilst we are making those, this will dry and we should be able to see the sparkle nicely. Ooh. Just because we sort of stamped all over the place, and it'll just knock this back a bit and make it look a bit more snowy. I'm going to put it quite thick as well, just in that will help to, ooh, not quite that thick. There we go. Put that all on there. There we go. That looks better because otherwise it meant the mushroom and the mouse were sort of floating in amongst the branches, and I'm not sure that that would be overly wonderful. Right. I've got some crystal souffle to hand, but if you don't have anything like this, Pretty Gets Gritty does, oh no, sorry, Dirty Gertie does the sparkle shots, which is pretty much the same thing. In fact, I asked her if she'd make me some. I was like, can you make something like this for me, please? And she said yes. It's great having friends in the right places. Hello, Elizabeth. Crazy doing wintry things down south. 25 degrees. Oh, that sounds lovely. I'm in a jumper. But I am in the north of Scotland. So I'm just going to put a bit of this because it's going to, once it dries, it's going to add the tiniest amount of sparkle. Thankfully, even if it's not dry by the time we're actually leaving, I'll just use the same brush, it doesn't matter, it's got gesso on it. I am live 3 times today, so we will definitely have the chance to see it sparkly. And I'm just going to add a little bit of sparkle to both the snowball and the little mushroom, the mushroom post office. I want a mushroom post office in real life. I think I may have said that multiple times already, but you know. Right, so that is card number 1 done. Hope you have a nice day. Right, so let's move on to the next one. I'll just pull my little pile over. I'm relatively organised. How this will stay for the rest of the day remains to be seen. Right, so this one we are focusing on the Mice Surprise stamp set, which is this one. So we're going to use some elements from this one. Oh, just knocked my camera. And again, I have teamed it with the Amethyst Dreams paper pad. So this paper pad is also on offer as part of the launch event. So we do have a number of offers. We've got the Winter Birds, both the stamps and the topper kit. We've got the Amethyst Dreams paper pad, the Tea Time dies, an MDF kit, and the Fluffy Hugs stamp. So if you've been fancying any of those, white crackle paste would look nice for the snow covered with sparkle. It would, Martin. Let's do that. I've got a mixed media project that will be coming later in the week. They're coming up as videos later in the week because they're just a bit harder to sort of do live because of all the drying times required. So I thought it'd be quite cute to have an envelope as the main feature of the card. So the way I did that was, because I don't believe in measuring. Don't measure anything, never have. I get in a pickle. I just get in a pickle and I get stressed. And crafting isn't about being stressed. I'm just going to see if I can click. Where's my mouse gone? Click this. I just want to see if my side view is working. No, it's not. It's frozen. So we'll just stick with this angle. Okay. At least now I can check that in advance. Right. So I'm just going to draw around the envelope. But I'm going to make sure that I cut slightly inside the envelope so that I can slot it in. Oops. That bit myself, just going to cut away. I always say that you should kind of cut round it rather than kind of hold on to that whilst you're trying to cut. It always makes it a little bit awkward. Okay, so I'm kind of cutting slightly inside the lines. I may have to trim a bit more off. And then what I will do is just sort of slide it in here. So yeah, it needs a little bit more. See, now if you'd measured it, you wouldn't have to faff like this, but I still find this less stressful than measuring things. I really don't do measuring. Right. Then we just slide that in. So now it looks like a posh envelope. So there's a couple of reasons I did this. It kind of makes it look a bit, there's a bit more sort of detail to the card, which is cute. I'm making a meal of this. And also because we've got this gummed section here, I didn't really want that to end up sticking, you know, like sticking to the envelope when you put it in and then the person damages the card as they pull it out the envelope and all of that sort of stuff. So that's the reason I went for a fancy. There we go. I can do this because I've already done one. And you just slide it in. There we go. So I'll slide that in there. And then what I did was I'm just going to do the fold line where it is. And then just stick this down on this side. Like so. And then it is a little bit untidy, I'm not going to lie, so we just trim it so it is tidy. And it all looks great. Okay, so we've just created a little envelope like so. And then I can trim it this side as well. Then we've got it so it looks neat from both sides. I mean, I'm sitting there fussing over this and I've actually got one prepped. Okay. So we are just going to pop that as a feature like so. But I want this to be able to stand out a little bit. So I'm going to be stamping with these inks in just a little bit. I'm just going to see if I can delete messages from here. I'm sorry about the advertising that's popped into the Facebook group. I can't seem to delete it from here. Right. I apologise. I will sort that later. So I'm just going to edge this just again so it stands out from the background. And adds a bit of colour. I'm going to try and see if I can get a little bit on the seams as well without it looking too untidy. Okay. So we have that like so. And then what I was thinking we could do was we could... Thank you, Caroline. I can't delete it from here. But I will delete it after the live, and then I will see if I can maybe. Thank you, ladies. It's just because I'm in a third part. I probably can delete it from here, but I don't know how to, and I don't want to start pressing too many buttons so that we end up going off. Okay, so just add a little bit of colour round the edges, and then we have that looking like so. Oh, you're all amazing. That's why I love you all. You're all amazing. Thank you for being so on it. Maybe if our Jan catches it, she might do it. Right, and then I was thinking what we can do is have this little mouse sort of peeking out, and then the word surprise up here. I thought that would be quite cute. So I would prefer him a bit further down. So what I am just going to do is cut into the slot of this, of the box. I'm going to cut around the edge of it, and then that just should mean that I can just slide it down a bit more like so, and then it's kind of coming outside the flaps. So we'll stick that one down. Like so. And then we'll stick the main body of the card. How many people have little envelopes lying around? I seem to have loads. Oh, thank you, Martin. Right, so we'll pop that there like so. I mean, obviously now this is going to need to go into a bigger envelope because we've got this poking out from it, but I just thought it was a wee bit different. And then we'll put the surprise up there. And again, I'm just going to frame that. Like so. There we go, surprise. And then we've got this little one here that's just going to be coming and posting the letter. And then we'll add a few extra stamped details to this to kind of bring it to life a little bit. You have a ton of envelopes that you need to do something with. Whoever's just said that, you're showing up as Facebook user, which I think is probably because you're in my Facebook group. So if you've got any way of letting me know your name, that would be fab. I don't know why, but sometimes this system, sometimes it works. I mean, everyone else has got their name, so I don't know why it suddenly does that, but hey ho. Right. So we've got that as the main, so that's the main thing. Now we need to sort of pretty it up with a lot more stamping. So let's find the stamp set. I've got this one here. Ooh. Oh, clever. I've just thrown those stamp packages into my wet sparkles. So we'll put that over there. I start off organising. By the time I finish the third demo, everything will be like catastrophic. Hi, Tracy. Lovely to have you, my lovely. Right. You did have somebody recently made little cards to use up. That great idea. And they'd also make like nice little toppers, or you could do something like that inside a journal and have things tucked in. There's loads of different uses. So I'm going to give this little postmark that kind of goes on the envelope and off onto the card. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the similar colours that I coloured up the mice with and just colour that in. So I'm going to use a blue just around the edge here. So because I'm colouring on this envelope, it's not the best paper, it's not going to take the Copics, so be aware that there could be some bleeding, so I'm not going to go for some amazing colouring here. But also because it's on the envelope, it's not going to leak through and onto the inside of the card, because there'd be quite a few layers for it to get through first. Okay, and let's have a look. Who were these ones for the purples? We'll get this in. Oh dear, that's a sticky marker. We're doing a video soon on how to look after your markers. I did one ages ago, but I think it needs a new one. I think we need a new one. I've just realised that on this one, all the little berries are on their side, but never mind. Okay, now in this set, we've got this kind of little confetti stamp. So I'm just going to stamp some of that around the envelope. So it looks like, you know, like with some envelopes, you open them and you get like glitter and, you know, sparkly bits all pop out of it. But a nightmare to hoover up afterwards. So kind of give the illusion of that sort of thing. So I'm just going to pop, you're not going to see it again. I'm doing the same as what I did before. I'm going to go down with blue first, which unfortunately under this lighting you guys are not going to see overly well. And then I'm going to go in with some purple, which you will see. So it's just all these little details that will gradually bring it together. Okay. And then I'm going to get the purple. You have some neon envelopes that you turned into a journal. Awesome. Bet they look great. You can actually make journals out of envelopes. You can make a journal. You know how we made the junk journal, but you can actually make a whole journal just using your envelopes. So I love this little stamp. It just adds a little bit of fun detail. And as I said, I like the idea of him popping out of the parcel. Okay. So that's all good. And I think what we will just do is we need to ground this little guy. So I'm just going to take a very pale, I did this in my video. Oh, I've left this stuff up at the house. So I'll maybe show that in the next. But I did a video where we combined the stamps with the tea time die set. And I did this sort of technique in that. So we're live 3 times, so I've got plenty of times to show you everything. There has been a link to that in the group, but I'm just going to do that, and that just grounds that little guy and makes it a bit better. And I think all we need now on this one is a doodly border. So yeah, I think I'll go with black. I was just trying to work out whether I wanted a black pen or a grey pen. Yeah, open with caution, exactly. So it's that sort of idea, but we don't actually have the mess, so we've still created that surprise with the stuff, but without all the mess. So I'm just going to do this sort of double doodly border, like so. I'm just going to pop this under here, even though we don't see it too much. Okay. Okay, so that is card number 2 done. So well, I've got one more for just now, and then we will be back together at 1 o'clock. So let me just pop this. I'm trying not to get in too much of a guddle, so just pop this to the side. I've already, oh, the postmark stamps here. I was going to say I've already lost the postmark stamp, but I've not. That's right here. Okay. That's what I will be doing in between lives, is tidying up. Oh, cuteness overload. Thank you, Martin. Okay. I might just grab a slurp of water, because I promise it is water. Although I don't, you know, I have been known to drink during the day, but see, water. Just because my throat's getting a bit dry with all this chatting. Right, so I'll put that to the side. Let's get our next card ready. Okay, so I'm just actually going to grab some of the cards from behind me to show you. Ooh. Completely wrecked the display behind me, but never mind. Right, so quite a few of the team actually teamed the little mice with the Sherbet Fizz paper pack. And I think because I was thinking winter, and I also knew that the Amethyst Dreams paper pad would be on offer, I very much went down that colourway. But how cute does it look with those bright colours? Love it. So being inspired by my team, because they're amazing, this card is going to use that same paper. So I've already sort of pre-cut the squiggle out, and I have coloured the images to match. And the other thing is on the in the what am I trying to say? The Winterbird topper kit, which is on offer. There's also this sentiment sheet. And in the sentiment sheet, we have things like Stay Cozy, which is what I'm going to do. But we've also got Snow Place Like Home, Hot Chocolate. And I'm thinking the little mouse with the hot chocolate. You're going to jump back onto YouTube. Awesome. See you there. Things like Hot Chocolate. We go with a little mouse. Obviously, there's the birdie ones, but there's quite a few there. Snuggle Weather, Snowflake Kisses. That these sentiments would go really well with the stamp sets. So I've taken one of those for today, and if I get time, I know what I've got prepped for the next hour, or what I'm planning to do. If I've got time, I will see if I can do a hot chocolate one too, but it will depend on how much prep I can get it done between now and 1 o'clock. Thank you ever so much, Pauline. Pauline, I am contemplating once, after this week, next week we are going on holiday. So there'll be no live next Monday. Next week we're going on holiday with my in-laws because they're celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. And then when I come back, I've got 2 weeks to prep for TV Land. But after that, I'm seriously considering doing a Zoom class for colouring. Because I know we've done colouring lives, but because I can't see what you're doing, it's difficult to give like proper feedback. So I was thinking if we did it via Zoom, there would be a small charge for that, but if we do it via Zoom, then I can give feedback. So I'm contemplating doing something like that, because everyone can colour. It's no special talent. It's just understanding the basics and being shown how, to be honest, and practice. Lots and lots of practice. So I have got a card that I have just cut down to size, and I am going to glue that down. Don't know why. Hot chocolate. I know. I can't have hot chocolate now though. Well, I can if I have it with soya milk, because I'm now dairy free. So I found an old packet of hot chocolate that I can't drink. I will try and decorate later. I also thought, but I don't have time to do it for today, but if I can find one, I might do a YouTube video. As you know, that round about this time of year, they start getting, you know, like the jars of hot chocolate that have got hot chocolate and marshmallows, and it's all in a jar as a gift idea. I was thinking something like that with a little chocolate mouse as a tag or something would be really cool. I might look out for one of those, because I think that would be fab. But I don't know that I can be organised enough to do that for today. Right, I am just going to pop this down. I'm going to line that black and white part up with the matte. But I am letting the paper go out with the matte, if that makes sense. Now, have I just made an upside? No, I've not made an upside down card. Oh, that's a relief. Okay. Right, so I'm going to have that down, and then I've got the little teacup mouse, and then we've got the sleepy mouse, but then we've also, in the Winterbirds, we've got this little owl guy here who's kind of like meant to be sleeping but got one eye open. So I thought that those three together would be very cute. So I'm going to let's actually bring that down so he's in the curve there. We'll layer those little guys together and then decorate the rest of the card. So pop him in there. I do love the teacup ones, I don't know. But then we all know I do have a thing for teacups and things. Right, we'll have this little guy. Oh, sorry for... I'm just going to turn my speaker down. Because that meant when I get notifications, you're all getting them too. You're trying to be on a no spend, but it's so difficult. I'm sorry, Pauline. But do you know what? Thank you so much for supporting by joining in the lives and commenting and things like that, because like I do understand everyone has budgets. We're all in the cost of living crisis. We're all having to do things like that, and I completely get that. But by liking and commenting, joining in the lives, sharing posts, that does a huge amount to support us as well. So thank you very much for always doing that, because you're always very on that. So thank you so much. Right, stay cozy. I'm just going to pop that in there. And that's sort of the main design of the card. And then I thought what we could do is create, because this bit here, we've got those dots with all the different colours, and we've got the dots in the teacup, that we could have like little dangles, like little baubles. So in the, where am I? In the stamp set that I can't see. I have been using it today, there we go. So in this one here that we used earlier, there's this circle one, and it was sort of originally drawn in with this set so that if you wanted to make more snowballs, you could. So I have added that in here, but I was thinking we could have it as some dangles on this one. All that's missing on this cute card is a biscuit. Yes. Gotta love a biscuit. Right. Okay, so let's see how we go. So I'm going to put 3 here, but all at slightly different levels. And then we'll maybe have 1 in the middle here. And then we'll maybe have 2 over here, like so. It looks random now. Have faith, have faith. Right, so we're going to get the same. I'm going to get a pink, a green and a blue. The same colours that we've been using in the other colouring, and we'll colour up some of these little bobbly things. Make a snowball into a cookie. Ooh! Well, thank you, Carol. I will do that in just a minute. I'll colour these and turn them into dangles, and then we'll make a couple of little cookies that will stick behind there. Fabulous idea. Oh, I love you all. You're such creative people. I love the fact that as creatives, we all just sort of bounce off ideas and share ideas. Love it. Right. Snow cookies. Never eat yellow snow. Right, let's colour this in. Okay, and then we will do a blue. I'll just do the one blue, because one of the colours we're going to have just one of, because we've gone with an odd number, but that's okay. Oops. So even though these are little circles, I'm still going in with at least 2 tones, if not 3. Because, oh, I just like it, quite frankly. Or a love heart in the middle that makes the other biscuits. I really like the cookie idea. I'm going to make a cookie in a minute. I'm just going to turn these into dangles, and then we're going to make a couple of cookies. Should we have chocolate chip? Right. And the other thing is the Fluffy Hugs collection. That's also on offer because it's got the word dreaming, which I think goes really well with this. And it's got the stars and the moon, which I used in one of the videos. What do you call it? The Tea Time Crafts. So I used it in that, and it looked really cute. So that's on offer as well. So if you didn't really like the baubles here, you could have stars. But I just thought in this particular instance, it went really well with the papers. So we will doodle those in. Like so. And then let's make a cookie. That one looks like it's swinging. It's been caught by the wind. Okay, let's grab a scrap of card. Thankfully, we always have scraps of card to hand, and let's make 2 cookies. This is not how to stamp. Always take your ink to the stamp, not the other way around. Okay. Let's grab some, I'm just trying to decide which colours would be best. These ones, I think. Okay. So we will just make them, give them a little bit of a cookie colour. Right, and then I'm going to grab a darker brown. And we'll make some chocolate chips. So I'm just going to draw in some squiggles. There we go. Chocolate chip cookies. Quickly cut them out. Don't know why I'm having to give you a running commentary. I mean, you can absolutely see what I'm doing. Oh dear. And then after this, I'm going to grab a cup of tea because I've been chatting away and see if how my daughter's feeling. Thank you, Carol. And then if I have time in between prep, I'll pack some of the orders that we've that we've got. But to be honest, I'm not prepped for my week didn't go, so I'm sort of prepping in between time for each next live. So we've got our two little cookies there. So I'll stick them down, and then actually I think I'm going to go in with a grey marker and just shadow behind them so that they pop out a bit more. Little cookies. Oh guys, I love you. Oh, it's amazing. I love all the ideas. Thank you so much for sharing them. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit of shading around the cookies just so they sit better on there. It's a little detail, but it would annoy me. What scissors am I using? These are Fiskars. They're sewing scissors. And yeah, I've had mine. They're the second pair, but the one pair I normally use, which has actually been stolen by my daughter, are about 30 years old, and I still use them because I have a scissor sharpener as well. So they're the sort of ones that once you invest, I would invest in these. Well, invest in a pair of scissors that you feel comfortable with. Because there's some scissors that everyone raves about and I just can't cope with them at all. And then I know other people that can't cope with these. But these are my preferred ones. And I have had mine for 30 odd years, and I just regularly sharpen them with a scissor sharpener, and believe me, they have cut all sorts. I've very much abused them. Right, let's show you these three cards together. I will have a little chat. Let's see, do we have spark? We're beginning to see the sparkle on this one. It's beginning to dry and get a bit of sparkle, but I think I'll have to show you that fully when we come back. It'll definitely be sparkly by 8 o'clock if it's not sparkly before. So those are the three cards. Let me just fiddle the lighting and I will say a quick hello and goodbye. Right, just gonna. It's just vanity. It's the ring light on my face is just like, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. So yeah, let's see. You can see them in a different lighting. So we've got this one. And then this one. Thank you for the help with the cookies. I love it. I will give you a stock update. As I said, when I started this live, a third of the stock had already gone. We don't have, because it's an independent launch, I don't have huge stock levels. It's not like when we go to Telebox Land. But yeah, thank you ever so much for joining me. I am so delighted to see you all. I honestly thought I could be here by myself today. So thank you so much, because it is a different time. I will be back at 1 o'clock. So, you know, grab a cuppa, if it's your lunch break or lunchtime, grab a snack and we'll do a bit more crafting together. And we are going to look at gift wrapping and tags and things like that. So sort of gift wrapping ideas. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, all of you. Yeah, I will be back very, very soon. So take care and I will see you at 1 o'clock. Bye.